Hello and good evening, everyone. We are back with the stream once more. Final Fantasy 15, of course. And today's stream, and probably the next couple of streams for a while, will be related to COMRADES, the expansion pack which was added to the DLC download content for Final Fantasy 15. And unlike the main game where it's just yourself playing with the guys, the NPC crew of the game, you know, Prompto, Gladio, and Ignis, you're playing as yourself. That's right, you're gonna play as your own avatar and play with other players who have purchased this exclusive download content here, in which you know, like I said, you're playing as your own custom avatar. You get your own weapons and gear, or I should say, you get what you get what gear they have available for you and weapons. So. But it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, in this expansion, like I said, you get to play with other players online across the globe, and that's not just limited to your own region. You'll be playing with people worldwide, from Europe, from Asia, you know, the United States, South America, Norwegian area, and also from Japan as well. I've played with a few Japanese people in this expansion, and let me tell you, they are the best. I love the Japanese folks. They're pretty nice in this mode. They're not like hardcore elitists like most people will believe the Japanese are. They're actually pretty nice to people to play with. They help out quite a lot. So if you ever get a chance to play with you know, the Japanese players, be very grateful, because they're very nice, and they will help you get progress in this mode here when you don't have progress being made. So that's one of the nice things about this expansion, is you get to have a lot of help from all over the globe. It is amazing, and it's awesome. And so is the creator creation in this mode as well. It's very, very good. Probably better than most creators out there. Excluding some exceptions. There are a few games that are a little bit more above this one, in terms of like what you can customize and whatnot. But still, for a Final Fantasy game especially, and you know, a game that was meant to be just a solo play game, this customization is incredible. And in fact, you know, people have requested after the beta, they're saying, hey, is there any chance of getting this in the main game? Like, we can we can make our own guy in the place of Noctis and stuff like that, you know? Or, you know, even customize like our own group. And they said that they'll consider it. They'll see if they can work it out, you know, make it so that you can do the main game as yourself. Pretend like you're Noctis, the Chosen King. And whatnot. Now, this won't work for, you know, stuff like Episode Ignis and whatnot. You won't be able to jump into those with your own your own character. This will just be strictly with the main game, so that's if they still go through with it. Like I said, it's not strictly limited to just Comrades. They said that they may consider doing customization for the main game, so you can start the main game as yourself or just an avatar you create. And so that's what I'm here as now. Amadeus, which is a name you should all be familiar with if you've viewed my channel frequently or you are one of my subscribers. I decided to make my 14 character in this game. As you can see, it turned out pretty well. I like the way he turned out. He looks great. This is kind of more realism than the cartoonish-ish look of 14, which is not a bad take. Like I said, I really like it, and I can definitely see this as being if Amadeus were to look more real. This is in real life. This is probably closest as it would get to him looking in real life, which is really nice. Definitely good husband material or boyfriend material here. He's got a nice tone physique, kind of pale on the pale side, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a little bit of pale flesh, in my own opinion. And yeah, they're kind of limited on, you know, like hairstyles and stuff at the moment, but they said as they get more requests, they'll add more stuff, so there's no need to fret or worry about it too much. They will add more stuff later on, as you know, as it gets more and more popular with their players. So if there's something you want them to work on for this, you know, just head over to their website and their forums and just say, hey, I'd like for more outfits for comrades and stuff like that. And also, while you're there, you could give them more ideas for DLC downloadable content too. Say, hey, can we see more episodes with characters? Can we get more weapons, more quests? And a lot of this they said they have in the works currently, because you know, their players over in Japan are really liking this, and they said they want more story, more side quests, more stuff like this, you know. And so they have it planned to this year to push more story stuff out in the main game, push more like stuff in here, more customized stuff like hairstyles, more clothing. And even if when you go over to Dustin here, he offers you like
anything I can assist with.
See here, there's a feature here called Familiar Faces. This is basically, like it says there on the screen, play as a character who's appeared in the main game, so that would mean, you know, you can switch to a character if you don't want to play as a custom avatar, you want to, you know, masquerade as like Noctis, as a Noctis or Prompto or whatever, then they're gonna be planning that. So that would be pretty fun, you know, especially if you get to play as Core or like Regis. Maybe they'll even throw Nyx in here, because Nyx is a pretty prominent character in this expansion here, this story here. Like he's pretty well known amongst the Glaives. And so they'll be doing that too with this, probably this year as well. So I'll be looking forward to that stuff. That will be fun to do. So even if you're just taking a break right now, like just kind of, you know, keep an eye out on this game, because they have plans to add more features and additions to it. So, and that's kind of like how Square Enix is kind of deciding to go down with business these days, is to model their games like kind of like around how this game is modeled. with you know, with all the download features that you can get, and you know, just to kind of keep bringing you back to play, basically. That's kind of what the direction they want to take with future Final Fantasies now, is make it so that you'll still have like the main game. That will be everything in the main game will be included. You know, you'll have the story, you'll have like all the main features that they add to the game, because you know they gotta make a profit off the game first before they, you know, they go to the little additional stuff, which is not uncommon for most Japanese games that come out. It's not an uncommon thing for them to do that. You know, they'll release like the main game with basic things, and then later on, once the main game's out, then they'll start adding additions, which you can buy in their either on the PlayStation Store or their own cash store that they have for the game itself. And it's just a popular trend in Japan to have that, basically, and it's worked successfully for them. So, you know, they're deciding to go that route now. So, like, in future games that we'll see from Final Fantasy here, we'll have the main game with the story, cutscenes, you know, beautiful cutscenes, music, and all that. And then after that, they'll be adding like additional stuff to additional story content, like secret endings, secret characters. You know, like one popular secret character that appears in almost every Final Fantasy is Gilgamesh. Everybody knows him, Gilgamesh and Enkidu. So that's one that's one DLC edition that they'll be adding to Final Fantasy games. Is like appearance of guest characters like Gilgamesh and the like. And like they even did that with Dissidia here, which is coming out this month. In fact, they're going to be releasing Dissidia NT, and the guest characters that they brought into that game would be Noctis from this game. Fancy that, right? And Y'shtola from 14. And Ramza from Tactics. And also, they're planning on getting a few other characters as well from other Final Fantasy games as guest characters appearing for the first time. So it's pretty fun, you know. So it's definitely something we'll see a continuing trend for the Final Fantasy series. But anyway, enough about the marketing of Final Fantasy and stuff. That's not why we're here. Even though Final Fantasy is great, and that's why we're here. But we're here for just this game, so... Anyway, as you can see, I've already created this character and stuff. Because, like I told you in the ending of yesterday's stream, I already started Comrades a while back because I was so super hyped for it. I wanted to get my hands on it. And I couldn't start out when it was released originally because, you know, my situation financially wasn't so great, so I couldn't afford it. So, but I bought this during the holiday when I, you know, got presents and stuff from family and stuff, like money, and happened to... I'm spoiled around the holiday time, especially because of my birthday. So... I was able to get enough, you know, money to get this expansion. Be able to enjoy it now with all of you. who are still here anyway. And like I said, if you were like me and you already started it before, when it was released back in November, then it's kind of died off just a little bit. But like I said, if you ever get a chance to go meet across Japanese players, they love this game to pieces. And they'll definitely play with you and help you out. So thank you. I'll give a shout out to our Japanese player base for this game. You know, thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and you make it fun to play games with. So keep it going strong, Japanese players. But anyway, I created this character, and this is the character I'm gonna go in with when we start. And but before that, I wanted to show off the character creation, because when you guys first start out in this expansion mode here, then it takes you to the avatar creations menu, and that can be accessed from Dustin here later on as you progress through the story of this mode. But anyway, when you start off for the first time and you create your save file and stuff, it will you'll have a cutscene with Libertus from the Kingsglaive movie, and he'll be like saying, "Oh, hey, you doing all right?" and stuff like that. And he'll just be like, "We kind of found you unconscious and whatnot, so." And then it will show like a short little video, and I'll show that to you guys after I show off the creation here. But I'm just telling you how it starts out. It'll show off a little cutscene, and then boom, you're thrown into the avatar creation mode. It'll say, do you want to make a female or do you want a male character? And you'll get to freely choose that. But I'll just go to new avatar here just to show you. So we'll go male character, new male character. Because I am in fact a dude, if you couldn't tell from my voice. Of course, some dudes like playing as girls, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just a sex appeal, I guess. But anyway, you'll start off with the basic guy here. This is pretty much the standard model they give you for this expansion, and as you can see, you can customize face, your hair, features, which includes a beard, eyebrows, eyelashes, and tattoos. Then you have the voice, and the figure. Figure is like, you know, everything that involves your body. And attire, that's just your outfits, your costumes and stuff. Color, that's how you fill in all the colors for everything. And then your facial structure, eyes, nose, cheeks, mouth, jaw. And lips is there, of course, too. That's included with mouth. So when you go into face, you have the option of choosing two ancestors, which, you know, basically that's just like saying, okay, ancestor A is my mother's side, ancestor B is the father's side, or ancestor B's mother and father, etc. So, but the way I figured it out is that ancestor B is actually your base model face. So that's the face that will be predominant when in your character's face. So you'll go to A, just take that off real fast. Then you'll look at B's faces here. You know, just kind of look around it from different angles, see if you like it or not. So far, there's only 5 of them. They may add more, possibly, I don't know. or they may not. It just depends on, you know, if they have the time deadline-wise to do such a thing. Which, I mean, they pretty much have the game on the shelf already, so... Like, they have the time. It's just a matter of if they have the resources or not, so... Which I think it would be awesome if they added more faces to the game. Because, like, some of these faces are okay, but, like... And you can manipulate them later to make them look somewhat decent, but... Kind of horrendous, some of these faces to look like. Especially this guy's face. No offense if they used a real guy's model's face, but... He kind of looks like a dwarf a little bit, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, you have the different faces that you can choose from. And like I said, Ancestor B will be your base face, which is the predominant look. So you'll choose B first, and then you'll look at A, and A kind of transforms the look together. It kind of blends in with the base face here, as you can tell. And it's just like a matter of tweaking around with it and seeing, like, kind of, you know, like what you like and what you don't like, pretty much. So I'll go with this face. And the facial blend, if you don't have another ancestor face, if you just wanted like one, which is the base, like I said, Ancestor B, then you can skip facial blend and skin tone blend. Those won't matter here. Then you have different hairstyles. These are as many as hairstyles as there are for the male characters. It's about the same on the female side too, so they keep things kind of balanced. And like, I'm sure they have a female, you know, a female person working on the female models, and then a male guy working on the male models. So, or maybe it could be the opposite. It could be maybe the guys wanted to work on the females and they made the girl do the guys. Japanese are kind of funny and weird sometimes. But yeah, these are your different hairstyles. This was kind of a balding hairstyle right here, so I don't think it'd be too popular, but who knows. Maybe there's people out there who like them, and then, you know, kind of shaved head or crazy wild hair. Or a kind of unique slick back tied in a knot hair. It's all preference, really. As is with any character creator that you'll go into, pretty much. It's all, you know, based around preferences and what you want your character to look like, etc. Different types of eyebrows. And you can choose to have like regular looking eyelashes or super long ones. Which for guys, I guess, if you're looking to make a feminine guy or pretty boy, like, you know, RNA's famous line, "Pretty boy," then you can do that as well. Or you can just have super short eyelashes, which is the default. In features here, you have scars, or you have face paint, different types of face paints. Then you have your body tattoos. You know, you can tattoo like their arms and legs. Can't really see their chest if there's anything on the chest or anything. Like, I don't know why they why they don't have like shirtless yet, but maybe there's a reason, like a legal reason behind that. As Japanese, they do kind of have strict censorship laws, so to speak. They don't like showing skin, you could say, so. Or showing off the body, I should say. And then, like, you know, you could take even those tattoos and just kind of, can just strictly leave them onto the arms if you wanted to, but, you know, hopefully they get an open mind eventually, you know, as people, like I said, if people request it, you know, maybe they'll have a open mind and, like, be able to give us, like, shirtless models or something like that. Like, I know they won't do it for the girl side, you know, because everyone throws a tizzy about exposed breasts and whatnot. It's ridiculous, I know, but it happens with media and all that bullshit. But for the girls, I guess they could have, like, exposed bellies or something like that, you know. Be kind of like Cindy. Like Cindy and Aranea, they have a little bit of exposure. And you have your different voices here.
For hearth and home.
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 That's a funny
For
voice.
hearth and home.
For hearth and home.
For hearth and home. For
Yeah,
hearth and home.
For hearth and home.
different voices here. You can give them like medium or like high pitch voice, just
For
like
hearth and home.
super deep.
For hearth and home.
Like I said, with figure, it's all to do with your body. You can make them super tall, super short, maybe medium. The weight can make them super fat, or super thin, or you can just kind of balance things out however you want. Even lets you adjust the head size. You can make it small head or ridiculously huge head. Balance that out. Lets you customize the nape of the neck and stuff. Your torso, which is basically, you know, you look from the angle here. Can make you have a big bulging torso or just kind of compressed down, thin torso. Like I said, balance. Can you make it balanced? This adjusts your back muscle. It's kind of hard to tell with the back though, but basically right there towards where your shoulders are. And again, you just gotta play around with it. Decide what you want. You can also play around with their chests. Give them guys flat chest or give them ripped pectorals. Or if you're making a fat character, give him moobs. Man boobies. Also make their arms ripped or thin. And you can do the same with their legs. You can adjust their hips. Give them a nice toned physique or bulky, huge body. Stomach here, you can make the stomach like more flat or push it out a little. Give it some depth. And yes, this will come up, so we might as well get it over with now. You can adjust their ass. Oh my god. So yeah, if you want a huge badonkadonk or huge ass, then yeah, you can have that for both ladies and guys. Like I said, they balance things out. So it's equal on both sides. So Could have a huge butt on your guy character or your female character. Power to the player, you know? Equality. And then, like I said here, you have different outfits. Can be classy, like Ignis here, and have a nice sort of suit-like outfit, or can be all badass and be like be a glaive. Which, I mean, you are a glaive basically in the story sense here in this mode. So, excuse me. But this is the default outfit you'll start with right here. This outfit here, which is the glaives outfit for those who are from Galadin, the Galadon region of Lucis. So, or rather, I should say not Lucis, but Eos. The Galadon region of Eos. This is their standard glaive outfit. Which is not too different from the ones that, you know, that Ignis and the Gladio and Prompto wear in the main game. It's kind of similar. Only difference really is this hood that they have on the top of it. And of course they have the little crest right there too. Crest that's on the back and on the side of the shoulder. Or you could even be like going for a casual look here, wearing t-shirt and jeans, or just go kind of commando, have a bit of army shirts, kind of militia-like shirts here. Got a nice jacket, Heath jackets here too, nice jacket. Just, like I said, just all personal preference. And the pants are kind of limited as well. Not really that many different styles of pants. I got glaives. The glaives pants are it's kind of like jeans here. They got jeans for you. Like I said, if you just want to go for like a casual look. There's even some armored Niflheim gear that you can buy if you want to be like a knight or something like that. Or like I said, you can be classy like Iggy. Go with a more classic look. All of it's personal preference, like I said, and then got different types of shoes. Most of them are boots, but there are like a few like casual or just dressy shoes, kind of. All personal preference. Then you have these different gloves. There's an armor glove here, as I said, from Niflheim. And some long leather gloves. These weird kind of fishing like gloves, which I think Ignis wears something like these. You could just be like Iggy, or just, you know, just go with fingerless gloves like Noctis and Prompto. It's all personal preference though, like I said. And then I don't have the outfits because they're really expensive. And the one outfit, which is the Chocobo outfit, that one's hard to get because you have to farm certain monsters for their drops. So it's kind of hard to get the Chocobo outfit, but in the beta they showed off that outfit specifically, the Chocobo one. But there's two other outfits which you can get, or costumes that you can call them. And that's the Moogle. A Moogle outfit, which was from the Chocobo Moogle Chocobo Carnival. And you can dress up as Kenny Crow, guys! Yay! Oh, fuck Kenny, man. I just can't. I can't stand Kenny. He's just ridiculous. But, yeah, you guys can dress up as Kenny Crow, too, so... And then you have different accessories. I have the glasses and shades. Like I said, you could dress up and be Iggy if you wanted to in this game. Or just be like a butler type of glaive, you know? Or be a cool, stylish looking glaive. It's all personal preference, though. Whichever you guys would prefer. And like I said, you have different colors. Skin color. Squares not racist. See, they're not biased or racist, you guys. You can be darky or lighty. Or in between. Equality, power to the player, like I said. They really wanted to make sure that everyone is satisfied and happy. Which is great. But this is all the different color things, color schematics. It's kind of hard to tell with the eyes here because they won't hold still. And you gotta zoom in close enough. Can't really zoom in that close enough to see like a perfect perfect color, so it's hard to tell with color here, but you can always come back, like I said, by talking to Dustin here. You can come back and customize to however you want it. And with hair, you have different kinds of hair. Whichever you like. It even gives you the option to color the tips of your hair. Make your hair different colored tips. Kind of funny they even have eyelash color. But that's a thing. That is a thing, people. Some people like to have different eye colored lashes. Just so many different customization options they've added. It's really fantastic that they did that. And this is just like if you want your highlight to be dark or light, etc. Or neither. And color your different parts of the outfit here. It shows you. See, it highlights it for you which part is going to be colored. So that's pretty nice, you know. With this, you could just make it like all white if you wanted to. Just make it a plain, like ordinary looking shirt. Like if you don't like all the other t-shirts with the designs, just come into the striped shirt, make it all one color. Go super casual. All up to you, though. Like I said, this is all just personal preferences. And this, you know, like I said, it shows you areas of the outfit which are affected by color. It's really neat. And then, like I said, with the facial features, which you gotta really pay attention with the facial features, or else you'll make some hideous creation from Frankenstein monster. But this just kind of adjusts, this part focuses on the eyes, so, you know, like the shape of your eyes, like how far out they go, or how far they sink in. All that stuff right there. The nose, you know, this helps with like how long your nose is, or how short you want your nose to be, how wide you want the nostrils, or how, you know, all stuff involving the nose. This is your cheeks. You can make your cheeks thin or wide, make them bulge out or just kind of fall back in. Same with the mouth. Make super thin lips, small mouth. Make a really huge mouth. Jaw, you can adjust your jaw, make your jaw drop down. Make it go super uptight or back. Which is even funny, there's even an option to make your jaw broken, like make it like it's broken to one side. Oh my gosh, you really could make a Frankenstein monster if you're not paying attention to what's going on. So that's what those do there. So that's what involves the character creation, and that's, like I said, this is what you'll encounter when you first start the game for the first time. Like I said, it will show you that cutscene, and then you'll come in and it will ask, you'll have all these different features to, you know, kind of just customize with. But like I said, starting out, I'll show you guys what the default outfit looks like here. Oops, where did the shoes go? There they are. But yeah, this is the default outfit, you guys, that you'll start out with, and it's not too terrible. I mean, I like the jacket and the pants. The shoes and gloves maybe not so much, but the rest of the outfit is okay. It's not too painful. But this is the standard outfit that you'll be starting with in the game. Until you, you know, unlock the shops and stuff by doing the missions and stuff that you have to do in the game to get the full story connected and going. And then once you're done with the story, you can do the end game stuff, which is basically collecting weapons and glamorous looking gear, costumes and stuff. That's basically the end game for Comrades right now. Oh, and they added in December of 2017, which was last month, they added daily quests that you can do regularly, and what those do is gives you these items which you can trade in for a buff, like similar to like how you in the main game, if you go to a camp and eat a certain dish that Ignis makes, and that gives you like certain buffs, like EXP buff to boost your levels, or like buffs that increase drop rates if you're trying to get a particular weapon drop or piece of item drop for a weapon that you're trying to build up or something like that. And that's the other thing I'll show you guys quickly before we get into missions here. I'll show you guys the weapon customization. But this is the standard outfit that you'll start out with in the main game to start. Until you guys outfits in this game, they can be purchased with either items or gil, but most of it's gil, so you don't have to fret too much. There's a, like I said, the one costume, the chocobo costume, which was free to use in the beta of this mode. That one you have to get certain drops from a mission to unlock it and be able to use that. So you won't be able to get that costume too easily unless you do some grinding. But like I said, our wonderful Japanese community players, they are amazing, and they're pretty dang helpful. So take advantage of their help while they're here and still around, you know, because they're really nice. They are. Enough of that. That's the avatar creation mode, guys. Now we'll go to the weapons right here. And this is Sid who helps us out. Good old Sid.
Have you made it out to Leeds since you settled in here? I know a fella's gone out that way not too long ago. Goes by the name of Iggs.
So, Sid will help us out with our weapons, just like he was helping Noctis in the main game, so. And you'll collect different weapons, they'll give you standard weapons, of course, to start out. Which is, you know, just basically a sword, some daggers, and a shuriken. They basically saying, you're a ninja! But you'll get later on, you can get shields, a bow, you know, lance, and hammers or maces or axes. You'll get those too later on, but to start you'll have to start off you'll have a sword, some daggers, and shuriken. Like I said, ninja. They're making you out to be a ninja.
See you around.
But basically, what you'll do to customize weapons here is you'll pick the sword you want to customize, and let's go with this one here just to show. The items that you get from doing missions that drop off monsters that you're facing, monsters or demons, will help you upgrade your weapons, but you'll want to pay attention to what you're upgrading, though, because this will affect the weapon's overall power and stats. So, like for example, if your primary weapon you're making is going to be the katana or the sword, you know, then you'll want to try to max out its strength and power. And the strength is the flexing arm, and the power is sort of the fist there. So that's what you'll want to do. Or if you're someone who wants to main with like axes and stuff, then you'll want to focus on strength and HP, and you'll want to focus on building that up on that weapon or shield, even if you're trying to make your character a bit of like a tank kind of character. Then you'll max out HP and strength on the shields. Or if you want to go with range, then you'll focus on resistances, which is the little symbols underneath the fists, flexing arms and stuff, where MP is. You can focus on those resistances, and or max out like you know, magic and stuff. You could apply certain items, you know, spells like fire or blizzard. Like if you wanted to be like sort of a ranged caster type person, Then you can do that. You can add spells to your bow or your shuriken to make your character sort of like magey-ish. And you can even also be like sort of a healer too with the range weapons or the shield. You could be a type of healer and apply like curative spells like this right here. This condenser gives you Esuna, which, you know, and they've been generous with the explanations here in this game too. So if you don't understand like what that does, it shows you here under this customization what that will do for you. So like this curative spell Esuna, it says underneath there, it says caster's default curative spell also cures the target of various status elements. And if you don't know what status elements are, that's stuff that's like bind, heavy, slow, berserk, poison, that sort of stuff. So this Esuna will basically take those off. If you wanted to be like a healer type of player, you want to play as a healing type person and be the support basically, then that's what you would do, is you'll add spells like those to your ranged weapons. And you'll just kind of stay on the sidelines and heal up your teammates when they need it. So, and that's what's nice about this thing, this kind of mode here, is that you're not strictly limited to just playing, you know, as one particular way. You don't have to be a up and close DPS type of player and play aggressively basically, or be the tank player that is trying to hold all the enemies together in one spot and be the brunt of the damage or whatever. You could be the healer and just stay back and heal, jump in and heal when you can, and just use your range weapons to add some support. And you could even be all three of them at once if you wanted to as well. You could switch between playing as a sort of tanky type player or a healing type. It's all up to you. And this game also has offline mode too, so if you don't if you can't afford it or you can't play using PlayStation Plus, which is what is required to play with other online players in this game mode, then you guys can play offline and just play with AI, you know, computer generated characters who will basically do the same thing if you were playing with other players. They'll help you achieve your agenda. Although on some mission the AI isn't as perfected yet as it could be. I think they could do a little bit more with the AI, make them a little more balanced, more effective. There are some missions where like it's literally impossible to do with AI, and you really have to have a party with you, a party of people that know what they're doing, because the AI will make mistakes basically, and there's nothing you can do with it, and it will reset your mission and everything. It'll just be frustrating, very frustrating. But like I said, that's only if you can't afford the online, being able to afford an online you know, PlayStation Plus to play with other players. You know, if you can't afford that, that will be your next option, is to do things with the AI. But anyway, that was the weapon
So long.
customization thing. And if you're not sure about what those icons mean. Like I said, the development team has been really, really generous. They've made it so that you can understand things perfectly and that nobody's misunderstands things. And like, you go to do that, you can go to documents here. This gives you explanation on, you know, your weapons and how they function. This tells you about spellcasting here. And they do that all at the beginning of the game too. They kind of give you a short tutorial on things when you start off. And it tells you about the different types of attacks and stuff and how you manage those. And this is all recorded in your documents here from the menu, which on PlayStation 4 they are looking into doing a PC port release of this game. So it might be different when PC comes out, but to get to that menu, just tap the touchpad once, and this will take you to this menu here, where you can look at info, look at all that. Triangle here, this tells you about all the icons. So if you're not sure what they meant, then this is a somewhat detailed explanation of what those are. What those symbols mean if you didn't know what they meant before. This, like I said, they're really generous with this mode, and this will tell you what everything is, what everything does. And this, you can also like check your this right here customizes your chat, your emote thing. It has some pretty good ones. Some of them are pretty funny and pretty interesting. And it shows you to the right of the screen, it will show you, you know, with these volumes of chats that you can buy from the shop. Most of them are with Iris over there that we were by earlier. There's a few in different areas that you can go by. Like, it shows you like what the different ones are. And this is basically just a way to communicate with your team if you're playing online, like I said. And also, if you guys wanted to, you could also use voice using PlayStation Party and whatnot, and you'll be able to hear each other. Or even when you plug in the mic, there's an option through the main menu, which is the start or options button on your controller. And you go to options here, audio, chat mic. So if you have a mic in, you can turn that off or on. You can also mute the volume if from other players. That's what the speaker volume is right here. It allows you to be able to mute or, you know, all that good stuff. So if you wanted to do a PlayStation party, you could do that as well and talk to your teams in a bit of a more professional manner, etc. And also from here you can access your weapons and stuff, you know, customize, look at what weapons you have and equip them. The sigil here is a unique thing which gives you a bit of a buff, so to speak, and you'll get these on the grid as you push onward, which I'll show you that grid thing too. You'll start, when you get to this area, you'll start here, and you'll want to unlock different nodes here, and the sigils will tell you which is which here, basically. And it's basically the Lucii, the kings of Lucis, basically. Alright, sorry about the short interruption. I had to deal with a roommate for just a second there. But in any case, it's very, they made it very easy in this mode for you to understand things, so it's great. It's really great. And like, even if you don't understand things, you can jump into a voice party on PlayStation, or if you don't have PlayStation, if you're, I think this is on Xbox too, this game, so you could do a Xbox party, Xbox Live, or if you don't like either of those, you could just do like Skype or Discord too. So that's probably what a lot of the PC players, when they get this game, will do. They'll probably just use like Discord and Skype for this kind of thing. So that's all that. With that out of the way, you guys, we can finally jump in to the main stuff, the missions, the story, the stuff that we're all here for. And like I said, if you guys want to join me, let me know in the chat, and we can party up on a private party and do some leveling or some missions together, which would be awesome and fun. You know, I'm wondering if I should play around with my weapons here, kind of, because more than likely, what I'm thinking is that more than likely they'll probably switch me to the default stuff, and I don't know if I'll have my sigils either. They might reset my sigils too, so maybe I should just leave sigils off for now. But like before, I was trying to explain the sigils. They give you a buff, and it's all basically just, you know, the past kings of Lucis, the Lucii, and the ones that you do find right now, they give you a sort of buff or power. Like here, the Oracle's the first one that you'll get, and this gives you basically a wide range sort of area of effect healing spell. So like if you wanted to be healer type, like I said, then you can equip the Oracle and just kind of hang back and be like a supporter of some kind, you know. But that's that. And like I said, I probably won't equip that because we're gonna do a new game plus mode so that you guys can see all the cutscenes and stuff, get all the interactions, dialogue, and whatnot. Which will mean I'll have to reset all my progress on the map, and I'll probably lose all the kilowatts that I have there, where it says 50k 418 there, kW, that's kilowatts. I'll probably lose all that. I don't know if I'll lose my gil. I'm pretty sure the gil carries over, so I won't have to worry about that gil, and my level will carry over. I did a little bit of leveling last night just so I could prepare for the stream, as you can see. But anyway, and that's the nice thing about this for streamers like me, is you can do a new game plus. It says it gives you even greater challenge. Whatever that means. Like, I guess that means monsters are a little more difficult. I don't think they could be that difficult. But it says here, you retain the avatars you created, as well as the arms and items you have acquired. So that means everything in your inventory you'll carry with you. Nothing will be lost. You'll have all that stuff that you have. It says, however, your progress with the electrical grid will be erased. and reset. So that means like all the shops, you won't have those unlocked anymore. You'll have to restart with that. And like I said, with that grid I showed you guys, that will be restarted. And especially with this thing later on when you unlock havens, like this place here is called a haven. You'll have to re-elect new leaders and stuff for that. But I don't mind doing that. It's for you guys. It's all for you guys so that you can see this and enjoy it. So I don't mind doing it. I'll do it for you guys. Plus, it'll give me something to do. There's really not a whole lot for me to do in 14 at the moment, other than, you know, come up with some creative ideas for videos to make, like voice dubbing, or just making parodies or doing discussion videos or guides. So that's really all I can do in 14 right now, because we won't have a new patch in 14 until close to the end of this month here. So, and by then my sub will be out basically, and I probably won't be able to resub for some time. So unless I can borrow some money from like a roommate, from one of these roommates I have or something like that, and then I get resubbed. But other than that, yep, we'll reset. I'll do it for you guys. It will be a lot of hard grinding again for me, which hopefully I can count on you guys watching to join me if you have this game and this expansion. Hopefully I can count on some of you to help me grind things out, and I'll be helping you in turn. So we're helping each other, essentially. So hopefully I can count on your guys' support there. And we'll do this together. Yay! Goodbye, progress! Alright, here we go. Now I'll have to shut up for the cutscenes so you guys can watch them. After the loading screen, that is.
Hear me, defenders of the crown. The power of kings goes with you, and with power comes a duty to your kingdom. Your body is a vessel for the blessings of the stone of Lucis. Your blade, a ray of hope cleaving a path for the future king. But let it be known, your transgressions have not been forgotten. Once the true king awakens, and the light is restored to this world, only then shall you be forgiven and set free from the burdens you bear.
Rise and shine. You're probably wondering what you're doing here.
You know, it's funny they never revealed who that voice was at the beginning, but I think as we find out, you get this like secret order with the character. I think what it is it's this character named Lazarus who's speaking there to you at the beginning, and he was like your I guess he was like your commanding officer of your unit at the time. So he kind of gave out this like secret order, this mission, and he basically was saying, you know, we were betrayed by the king, so let's turn our blades on him and end this ceaseless conflict with which he which was created, essentially. And this all happened in the Kingsglaive movie. If you haven't watched that one yet, then I'd just say definitely go check it out. It's a good movie. It gives us a lot of background story to the main game here. If you haven't, if you weren't aware of what went on, basically. And in the game, they don't really touch upon it too greatly. They just kind of summarized it in the game, basically. Kingsglaive movie. Like, this happened, the treaty went down, things happened in Lucis, Regis died. The ones responsible for it was the Empire, but they had help from traitorous Glaives, which is basically what this whole story is about. Basically, is you know, the Glaives who betrayed Regis and helped the Empire overthrow Lucis, basically. And at the center of it all, of course, was Glauca, which we later learn was secretly Draudos in disguise. So Draudos was at the center of this whole betrayal, and that pretty much tarnished when the people learned the truth, you know, which was basically Niflheim. Even after they had that little treaty with these Glaives, which is the Glaives from Galahine or Galaden, they turned around and betrayed the Glaives too, and they basically said to the people of Lucis, "You want to know who your real villain is? Look to the Kingsglaive. They sold out your king, basically." And sparked this rebellion. So they made the Kingsglaive out to be the bad guys, pretty much. Well, Niflheim took the glory. They stole the glory for, you know, bringing about peace. They basically said, "Hey, it was the Lucii who struck first. We just wanted peace." It was all big, crazy plot, basically, though. It was one that was nonetheless orchestrated by Arden himself. He had this all planned out. He just had a little bit of a push, a little bit of a helping assistance from, you know, from like Ravis and from Draudos, the traitor, who was at, like I said, he's at the center of the movie, the Kingsglaive movie. He killed Luna and Ravis's mom. He kills Regis, and he was the one who allowed all the Empire's forces to sneak under the barrier undetected, because they used the king's blessing, the blessing of the crystal, against him. And that's kind of what led to the fall of the capital city and stuff. And so basically the story of this game is that you were one of those Glaives, you know, who was part of the Galahad thing, the Galaden Glaives. And this is kind of like your repentance story, basically. You're repenting of your sins, or the actions that were taken from your comrades. Like, I'm of the opinion that it's not actually you who was a traitor. You didn't want to betray Regis and all that, but you were kind of pushed into making a hard decision, I guess, because you're like, what do I do? Do I choose my homeland, or do I choose this king who basically abandoned my home to the other side? But like I said, in the end, it didn't really matter, because they got fucked either way. they got made to look like the bad guys either way, so their part in the plan was revealed to the masses, and the people were not very happy about it. They really, it really tarnished the Glaives' name afterwards, and the people did not trust the Glaives at all after the incident. And they're just like, you guys are traitorous scumbags, you caused this, you're no heroes, you're the true villains, and all that. So, and like even the gods, you know, they shun them too. They're like, your treachery shall not be forgiven, and all that. So this is their story. This is the story of the Kingsglaive and what happened to them, and why they're here basically at the end of the world and stuff, and what they did to, you know, make up for the bad that they caused, essentially. And that's what this story of this Comrades focuses on, is their repentance and what they needed to do to make it up to the people and restore their name as the king's sword. Basically, that's what the god Bahamut, he calls them, and what Shiva calls them, the king's sword. So anyway, that's just the background story of this story here. With that in mind, we can continue. And here's the starting message. Your memories are hazy, but you remember that you are a surviving member of the Kingsglaive, the late Lucian Monarch's Special Task Force. And then here, like I said, see, it kicks you right into the avatar creation. And you can go with male or female, whichever you're choosing, and all my stuff was carried over, so I have all my outfits and things like that. They're here. But as I said, I'm gonna go in with this character here that I made. I made him specifically for this Amadeus, my main OC, which OC is just a term for official character. So we'll go with him.
No clue? Don't sweat it. You escaped with something more precious than your memories. Your life. First of all, you're a glaive, just like me. The king lends us his power. We fight to protect him. Well, fought. The king himself's long gone. His power remains, though, so we gotta put it to good use. See that up ahead? That's the last bastion of mankind. And it's the Kingsglaive's job to keep her safe from harm. Better enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. You'll be gone before you know it. Only other light left in this world is the kind we make ourselves. And as you may or may not remember, we play a big role in that process. Let's hope that jogged your memory. All of the Stalin's counting on us, Glaives.
Demons ahead! Get ready!
Great. Another bump in the road. You and me'll smooth it out. Let's move!
I actually kind of wonder... I wonder, what the time gap is between your character here and the events of the main game. Like, it's really fascinating to me, and I kind of want to know, like, what that entails. Like, Liberta says your memory was lost. but he says that he explains you're a glaive like him, and you escaped something or other with your life. But you're sort of, basically, in this story, you're sort of amnesiac, so you have no clue, like, what's going on, what happened, or anything until later on, when you progress through the story, and then you're, just like you get a big, like, atomic bomb goes off in your mind, you're just like, whoa, holy shit, I'm here. This is really happening, and all that stuff. But that opening cutscene, like I said, explains it all. Like, this is what I believe anyway. I'm sure other people have different opinions, but what I believe is that you were on that ship that was exploding, and you just barely escaped that ship with your life. But you suffered like a big trauma to your head, and you were taken in by the good glaives, you know, not the bad ones, the ones that, like I said, they betrayed Regis basically. You were taken in by the good ones here, which is Libertus's people that we're with now. They took you in, and I guess they kind of nursed you back to health. So what I'm thinking is that maybe your character was in a coma of sorts, while Noctis was journeying around in the main game and stuff. This character that you play as, I think, might have been in like a coma for however long it took Noctis to get swallowed up by the crystal, and then he just like after that you just kind of woke up, and now you're here with the glaives fighting and stuff. But anyway, here's just the basic tutorials. It tells you about how to do stuff, basically. And like I said, they were really generous in this game with how to do stuff and explain things, so it's really nice. So we'll jump right in, because I've already gone through all that. You don't really need to explain too much. And like I said, when we start getting to missions and stuff, if you guys watching want to join me for parties, just let me know in the chat, and I'll start up a private party for us to party up and pal around.
That looks good enough to eat.
And this gives us some food here. That basically food, it's not only like a buff like in the main game, but for us, the glaives, food acts as a phoenix down, basically. So when you're KO'd in battle, it's like, oh, here's a tin of food, eat it, and it will restore you to life.
Watch yourself. No telling what else is waiting on the road ahead.
Oh, I thought I put my hammer on it. I guess not. Or maybe it just equipped my last equipped weapon. That's fine, I guess.
Those things are everywhere.
As you can see, I'm mowing down these enemies. It's because I got from my previous file my super OP sword and weapons. That will make this stream a little bit smoother. Smoother-ish, I should say. when I'm partying with other players, you can't really predict how things will go.
Damn it. Well, it looks like the demons have driven the local wildlife a little crazy. We're almost there. Take them down and head into town. Ready?
Did a nice counter there. Counters kind of function the same in this mode as they do in the main mode, so... I wonder if we're ever gonna fight one of those flying things. Like, they've shown a lot, but we don't actually interact with them. They're just kind of there.
Better save that for later. But don't take more than you can carry. In times like these, we gotta be fair about our food.
Like you would know, the birders, you fat ass. I'm just kidding, I'm sorry. I should be more grateful that you saved my ass. It's Corleones.
Save the formalities for later. Got bigger fish to fry right now. Everyone, focus on the target.
I think I can take him, Cor. Why don't you sit back?
Keep it up.
Oh yeah.
And hurry. Won't be long till more of them show up.
Alright, Commander Cor. If you say so.
Hurry it up.
I'm coming! Coming,
Open
yes.
up!
So bossy.
Well, go on.
Yeah, I'm going, jeez.
Be glad you made it inside.
Yep, this is the good old hard core that we're used to seeing. Stern and strict. Now, I'm actually surprised.
You are a capable combatant. Everyone here in Lestalin is counting on you to keep them safe.
Ah, well, thanks, Marshall. Appreciate that. Actually surprised that Core doesn't have any gray hairs yet. He's only like, what, 50 or 49 years old, something like that.
We're counting on you. Thank you.
Aw, there you go. See, that's what I wanted. He said, thank you, guys. So he's not a complete harsh guy.
Nowadays, Lestalim's known as the City of Light, the last beacon of hope left for mankind. That's why everyone's gathered here. Refugees are pouring into the city from all corners of Eos, and it's our job to keep them safe from the demons. We Glaives fight for hearth and home, and this is our home now.
See, it's worth it to talk to the NPCs, because they give you a bit of, extra info on the situation here and what the story is about.
Here you go.
I can't thank you enough.
And they also tell you little funny tidbits about, like, Noctis and his friends too. Like, especially Sid. Sid talks a lot about Noctis. And Iris, of course, talks about her brother quite a lot. Yay! We got back 500 kilowatts. Oh, good, we kept the guild. Jeez, I was worried.
Although you might want to thank the guy who brought you here. Anyway, I'd better get a move on. Wouldn't want to face the wrath of Kor the Impatient. Oh, and here's something for the road.
And now you get to choose your home. Though, logically from a story sense, like I said, you're basically from Galad, but this option of choices, it's a nice thing. But keeping in mind here, you'll want to actually choose carefully, because each of these affects different sort of powers that you get. Like here, for example, if you say Galad, which is technically the canon of your character, it says you're blessed with high power and high magic. So that means that you'll dish out some more critical hits, I guess, and your magic will be more effective. But it's a personal preference here anyway. You don't have to go with the canon unless you're a lore nut and you really want to follow the lore. And if you choose Insomnia, which is of course our main guy, Noct's home, the king of kings, you get high magic and max MP, so that's magic, basically. Then you have here Lestalem, which high power and max HP. So this is kind of like this is your tanky class. If you wanted to be, if you want looking to be like someone who's a tank, then this is the one you would choose. Lestalem. And then last but not least, Altisha. Kind of gives you a balance of everything. You'll get HP, spirit, and vitality, I guess, stamina. So that's Altisha is probably the best one if you're just starting the game. But if you're doing a new plus game like me, then you can try one of the other ones and see if it's to your liking or not. You can always upgrade stats later, like I said, with your weapons. So it's not set in stone, like you'll just forever be whatever this is. Your stats will go up as you upgrade your weapons, so there's no worries. Me, personally, I like the Lestalem because more power, more HP, it helps out at the very beginning. And as you upgrade and level even further in this game, it helps out a tremendous amount. So I'm going with Lestalem. And it gives you a smartphone. He's like, oh, by the way, you guys, we found your phone. I think this is your phone. And you're just like, oh, thanks, but I can't get into it. Oh, well, that's just nice.
I don't even get a thanks, Libidus? Or did you forget my name? Guess you still got a lot to remember.
Thanks, Libertus. even though technically characters just like, okay, thank you, I guess. Okay, so we got our weapon shop. Here's Sid's thing. Iris' shop. Even the old lady's here, yay! Dave's and Crazy Aunt. Dustin. Monica here. She gives you missions, of course. Right now we don't have power though. We're supposed to talk to the NPC right there to give it power so that do things. Here's the photos. Shoot, you know what? I didn't know if my old photos are even saved. Rats. Oh well, we can make more photos, I guess. It's not a huge loss.
I remember watching Leviathan ride.
Little additional dialogue from NPCs as well. Mostly just recaps.
You know, me and Pawpaw used to run a garage back in Lead. She was a real beauty of a shop. Shame we had to leave it all behind. We go back sometimes to get what we need, but it just ain't the same. I miss that place something fierce.
There's Cindy. And her friend, of course.
The Laville is off limits to regular civilians for the time being.
I wonder if they'll ever let us in the Laville. Perhaps, perhaps not. I guess we'll find out. In future updates. Whenever those will be. Anyway, I'm gonna just go clean ourselves up a little bit. Looking kind of disheveled here. That's what this tent is for, basically, is straightening out your clothes. Really doesn't serve much other purpose than that, I guess. For now, anyway. It might be a rest point later on. Or like a saving mechanism.
So you're the glaive everyone's been talking about. Pleasure. Name's Jean. I work for Exonerus. We take the meteor shards that glaives like you collect and turn them into electricity. Pretty cool, right? All we need is enough light to drive away the demons. If you've got any bright ideas about where to send power next, feel free to share.
Ah, the ever-expansive and fun grid. Oh god, doing all this again, that's gonna be a chore. Like I said, this will be good for stream time.
Just think of what we can do.
There you go. Now the Stalem has power. And we have a mission from Monica.
See ya.
Thanks.
Ready to get powered up?
Now if I can just remember the different routes now. If I'm not mistaken, if we go up, that will give us sort of that tells you different shops. I'll probably get Sid's shop just to start. As weapon upgrading is important, even though I'm pretty well beyond that. So I don't really need it. Some gil. Not really that important though.
Thanks again.
Anyway, Monica, nice to see you.
Aren't for the faint of heart. Do you have what it takes?
I sure do, Monica.
Will you lend us a hand?
So we have the daily and then this gorilla one. either one we can do them super fast. Like I said, if you guys are watching want to join me, just let me know in the chat. We'll party up and have some fun. Other than that, I'll just jump in with randoms, or I'll just do AI.
Fine choice. Do be careful.
Either way, please enjoy the show. See, this is where the grinding process comes in now. This is where we get all that grind out. Better switch my weapons while I can. Let's see, I wanted my... Not the hammer, come on now. Come on now, lag. Don't want that squeaky hammer, even though squeaky hammer's fun. Very important to make sure you grab food, guys. Don't forget your food. Because like I said, food is basically your Phoenix down. So if you get fucked up pretty bad, then food will save your ass. Maybe everything's alright though. This is my new character, so really all I have to do is wreck some shit up. And my weapons are OP, so mowing down for this will be a breeze. Missed that counter, I guess. Not a problem though. My high power will just wipe the floor with these guys. Also, while you guys, speaking of the food here, if you pick up ingredients and stuff, like rare ingredients and stuff, you'll have the option of having a different cook each time. For when you get to the end of the mission, you'll have like a guest chef, I guess, appear each time. Sadly not Chef Ignis though. We don't get that privilege, which is sad. Maybe one day they'll add Ignis to that list, but for now, all you have for chef appearances is Sid, Cindy, Monica, and Kenny, the Kenny Crow guy who owns who's the cook for Kenny Crow's place. He shows up. And that's a wrap. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What is this? Hey, I want to see what this is. Move! Move, you son of a bitch. There we go, thick shank, that's what we want. The majority of the time, though, for chefs, you'll have, it'll be Monica. She'll be cooking for us. Like she is here. Alright, Monica, what are you gonna make?
Well, let's dig in.
Prime rib steak. Hey, that's not too bad. Think a lot of us would eat that.
Rations can satisfy one's hunger, but only a proper meal can feed one's soul.
Some item drops in this. Kilowatts. The loading screens are kind of the only grip thing about this mode here, pretty much. Something the development team is also working on.
Any bright ideas?
A little pun there she made. Any bright ideas? I think we'll go for the supply station first, I guess.
Best of luck. Ready to get powered up?
And then we'll go for this one.
All right, the power supply is online.
Gives us another mission to do.
See ya.
But again, like I said, it's all just a pretty big grind. Little quest here to look at.
I'd say they got your good side, wouldn't you?
And we have Vive.
Glad you like it. I'll make sure to give the cameraman a raise. Oh, right. I suppose I ought to introduce myself. Viv Dordan, President and CEO of Meteor Publishing, Incorporated. You see, that shot of you made quite a splash among the locals, so I was hoping you might let us take some more. Our resident cameraman will just follow you around and snap some shots. But don't worry, he won't get in your way. Come on, the public is eating you up. Let's give them another helping.
So now that you talk to him, you guys can get photos. So basically, like how Prompto, the main game, takes photos of the gang and all that. They have Vive has a guy who tails you around on your missions and stuff. Takes pictures of your avatar for pictures you can save.
I'll hold on to all the photos my guy takes. If you see one you like, I can frame it for you.
So this kind of goes over the different pictures that you get saved. You keep whatever ones you like. There's me upstaging core. Little bit of a roll there. Just wondering if my other photos were saved or not. Oh yay, they were. I was worried about that. I was worried they wouldn't be saved. But they are. That's awesome. So glad for that. Because I really did get some good ones with my other character, as you can see. Alright, and we'll probably get some good ones with Amadeus here too. Anyway, back to the missions. Get an upgrade and how many kilowatts we can earn from this one. No one to join us yet, huh? Oh, that's alright.
Very well. Take care out there.
Like I said, any of you guys watching who have this game and you want to join up with me, we can do a private party. I can start a private party and put in a code for you guys to join me. And we can help each other level and just get through the stories and stuff and upgrade the map. Like I said, I have some OP weapons, so I can probably handle most missions. Just not the super high leveled ones yet. I would immediately get killed probably. Okay. Tangle web they weave. Here we go. Oh jeez. These dang spiders keep knocking me back. Can you get them all? Oh, there's more. Here they come. Slippery little bastards. Yeah. Hey, some sweet pepper. I got some pepper. Time for Ignis Quo. I've come up with a new recipe. Oh wait, I can do better than that. Gotta do this professional. That's it. I've come up with a new recipe. There's the boss. Bring it on, boss. I'll take you down a notch, too. Alright. Get some mana back. Off we go. Forgot to check the sigils, but that's okay. Probably don't have the sigils back. More than likely, probably don't have the sigils. Gonna have to unlock those all over again, sadly. But it's fine. I do it for you guys. I do the struggle for you guys. Man, the sword eats up so much magic. But it's so powerful. Where'd that rock go? Rock, 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 where did you go? Never mind, mission over. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Victory hose. Chef Monica, what will she make today?
Dinner is served.
A thick and juicy steak. First it was steak, prime steak, now it's thick and juicy.
It's hard to recreate the taste of home, but I make do with the seasonings I have.
Well, you're doing good so far, Chief Monica. Ignis would be proud of your dishes, in fact. Alright, that's taken care of. Any good pictures, Vive? Oh, those are my pictures. I want to talk to Vive.
I'll hold on to all the photos my guy takes. If you see one you like, I can frame it for you.
Hey, that's not a bad one. Of course, I always get several like that. Hoping they get something more unique.
What do you say?
I say this one.
Roger. Let's get things fired up.
Partellium Market. And we'll give Sid some power.
Just think of
That'll
what
make
you can
him
do.
happy. There you go, Sid.
Say hi to your pals.
Yeah, I know.
Say, ain't you one of them's on Reggie's security detail? You didn't help him much, but maybe you can do something for me now that conflab power's back. You see that baby over there? I was using her to remodel weapons for a spell, but she ain't getting much love nowadays. Do me a favor and put the old girl to work.
Little explanation
See you
there.
around.
I like how he points out that fact. He's like, you didn't do much for Regis, but Well, how about you do a little favor for me and help me make your weapons better? Just like, sure, why not, Sid? What's up, Iris? No? Can't talk to her yet?
Can't they do something about the power?
Can do, Iris. Can do.
Ready to get powered up? We really owe you one.
Yeah, I know. There you go, Iris.
Well, now it's my turn to get to work.
See ya.
Now Holly has a little bit of work for us to do. Hi, Iris.
Hey, you're a member of the Kingsglaive, right?
Yeah, that's
I don't
me.
mean to bother you out of the blue, but would you be interested in buying some used clothes? It's for a good cause. I mean, they're not all used. I actually sold some of them myself. Anyway, have a look if you got a second.
Just like how she's like, hey, I've got some used clothes I just found. They're probably worn by some people that turned into demons and whatnot, but hey, freak, it's clothes. So won't you buy some? You're just like, sure, I guess I'll buy some. That's what it is, basically. It's funny. So funny. Just like, sure, I'll buy some.
See you soon.
Alright, well.
I wonder if Mr. Moogle's doing okay.
Mr. Moogle? He's right behind you, Iris.
Whenever something good comes in, I make sure to put it on display right away.
Indeed. Where did you get all these mannequins, Iris? Jeez. Did you rob a clothing store?
Remodeling ain't magic. If you want to make something new, you need the right parts. Next time you're on the outside, see what kind of scraps you can find and bring them on back.
Scraps. That's kind of funny. All this random stuff we bring, Sid, just like, hey, can I make something out of this horn, this tooth? He's like, sure, throw it in. That's with weapons. It doesn't work like that in real life. Making weapons requires in real life, like blades and stuff, requires metal, minerals from rocks, stuff like that, from like gems and rocks and crap like that, dirt and sand. That's what's required to make real life weapons. Of course, I'm sure back in primitive times they used teeth and stuff for weapons, rocks, etc.
We are Exonerous. For generations, we have supported the
Oh God.
of the people of Lestalem, and will continue to provide Exonerous industries.
You know, we're not just a publishing company. We do radio, too. When Lady Lunafreya gave that speech in Altissia, our ratings went through the roof. Securing the broadcasting rights was no easy feat, let me tell you. But the first secretary eventually caved and gave us the green light.
That she did. Alright, that. Don't need a repeat of that nonsense. Alright, anyway. Gotta go do the solo quest. Helps you unlock the other areas on the map, on the grid, on the map. After you do this mission here. What do you want, Holly? Whoa. There's two of her. What madness is this? Arden, is that you?
You know, me and Pawpaw used to run a garage back in Lead. She was a real beauty of a shop. Shame we had to leave it all behind. We go back sometimes to get what we need, but it just ain't the same. I miss that place something fierce.
That's kind of funny. There's two Hollies, guys. Gee, one of them must be Arden.
Well, well, welcome to the Glaive. I hate to bother you right off the bat, but I need your help with something. Otherwise, the whole town could be in trouble. Libertus was right when he said I could count on you. Well, let's get to work, shall we?
The way this one talks, this must be Arden. Sure, I'll play along, though.
Testing. Do you read me? Thanks again for helping out.
See, this is where they actually make you use chat, and it's kind of funny. Come now, it's nothing special. Use an Ignis quote. No big deal.
See the rope row on your left? That's the one. There's another line on your right, but it's been out of order for some time now. I was hoping you could handle the repairs. We use the cable cars to haul those meteor shards from here to our thermoelectric incinerators. Both lines need to be up and running to properly fuel the plant. And if the plant loses power, so does the entire grid. Watch your back in there. Place is crawling with critters. Real nasty ones, too. They're like a pack of rabid dogs, but more demon-like. Or so I've heard.
Well, I look like you, Holly. I am not Sid or Cindy. I'm no mechanic like them. Alright, let's take these dog's ears out. Really not a problem, though. Not a problem. Too easy, in fact. All in the day's work for a glaive. Nice counter there, too.
Take the elevator to the upper level.
Well, all aboard.
You can access the ropeway from there.
Best of luck.
Take out these darn bees. Always a real pain in the neck. It's alright though. Got some good weapons on me. There we go. Those nuisances are out of the way.
All you need to do is replace the busted fuse. You should be able to make it to the car in a flash.
I don't know about that, but I'll do it anyway. We're up to it now. Oh shit! Whoops. Oh god. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Jeez. Scare me like that. What's wrong with you, Holly? come on! Damn it. These devs must have been trolling us with this part. Trolling, I say! Alright, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow gets the birdie. Yeah, I know. Move away from the rope.
Thanks a bunch. Watch your step on the way back.
You could have said that earlier, Holly. Jeez. I only fell off 2 times.
Great work today. You did the whole town a huge favor. Plant's up and running once more. If we get back to capacity, we could power the whole region.
Whatever you say, Arden.
I want Exonerus to be the light that guides people through these dark days.
Uh-huh. No problem.
I thought the demons would disappear once the Empire fell, but they've only grown in number since then. Not to mention that the nights have gotten longer, too. The connection's so clear at this point that even the deniers have changed their tune. If you believe what it says in the cosmogony, then one day the king will rise up and rend the darkness. But it's hard to find comfort in fairy tales when said king is MIA.
Indeed.
What do you say?
Alright, now we're moving our way up.
We've got the power.
We got the power! Only that were the truth. Well, here we go, our first sigil. The Oracle. Which is kind of funny. I thought the Oracle would be a woman, but... turns out the Oracle's a guy, I guess.
Say hi to your pals.
I foresee great things on your horizon.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. I wish you a safe return.
Same old crew as always. Ain't that a bitch now? They have the sigils, but I don't. How messed up. It's alright. I don't need their sigils. I've got the power. Your little jig dance. Ah, these damn spiders. Forward we go. Nice and fast. Just the way we like. No ingredients though.
Welcome back. Sorry for the wait. I'd be more than happy to cook for you again sometime. It's quite therapeutic.
I'm sure you would, Monica. I should see you all the time.
I'll hold on to all the photos my guy takes. If you see one you like, I can frame it for
you. That's a funny photo.
Ready to get powered up?
Hey, that I am. Let's do it.
Transmission complete.
Libertas. Hero in the making, he says. Jeez, Libertus. Bet he wouldn't be saying that if he knew who we really were.
Don't just stand there! Help me!
Well, it's nice to see you too, Miles. Yeah. Just bring the coffin in, Miles.
Damn! Must have been a lot of work hauling that thing all the way back here. Good job, Glaive. Now, my only question is, where the hell are we gonna put it? Oh, what about the basement of the LaVille? Yeah, I bet the king could rest in peace down there. Speaking of rest, you must be beat. It's written all over your face. Maybe you ought to call it a night, too.
Well, the king's dead, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind.
Sword of Lucis, you have liberated my soul. Well, I cannot lift the cross that you bear. I can offer my protection and help shoulder that burden.
So that's just weird. Like it says the Oracle has a male voice, but I thought in the Glaive description it said Oracle was a woman, so it's kind of weird. Oh yay, we have all of them unlocked again. That's awesome. Here I thought I was gonna have to go through all that crap again. Damn. Well, that's awesome. Now I get to be OP even more. Untouchable. It's a tank skill basically though. Don't understand why that was the most expensive one. Where is the tall? That's the one we want. The tall. That's what we want. Tall is the best one. By far. Makes your attack go way up. Making you just an OP son of a gun. Tells you all the information, like I said. Character, background stories, and all that fun. Documents, Kings of Yore. See, 3,000 kilowatts.
Good to see you.
Not good for anything. Well, as good as it'll get anyway. Gotta unlock some more missions. More missions the better. Takes some doing though. Let's see, quadrupedal plateau, we'll take that.
It's looking brighter already.
Wait, how'd that take up all my... What the what? I thought that was only like... Ah, forget it. Let's see, driving Miss Cindy. Snakes on a down plane. The Calamitous Cannibals. That's one we want. Sad we're gonna have to grind for it though. Gotta grind for this whole dang grid again. Little survivor guy there. For the Cothis Depot, I think, or... Actually, no, I think that guy's for the Stalin. He doesn't have anything that we need, though.
Bye now.
Alright, anyway.
I can barely keep up with you.
Let's see... 3,000. Guess we should do it then. I'll do a quick play, see if anyone joins. They'd be so freaked out too.
Take care out there.
When they just see me mow down the trash pools. With my aura sigil and... Hey, Japanese folk. Awesome. See, that's what I mean, you guys. See, the Japanese are still head high over heels for this game. I'm glad that they are, because that, like I said, it makes it so much easier to get things done with having them around. They all the best. Do a greeting here. Happy Cactar. Alright. Good to see you too, I can pronounce this right. I know the first symbol is Ko. I can't remember the last two symbols of that name, though. I think that's San. Ko-san. I could be wrong, though. Alright, bring it on. Oh, man. My mana just drops, like, heavily. Yeah, I kick a lot of ass, though. Alright. Let's see. Anything good? Bosses have appeared. Curious egg. What do we got over here? Fish. Freshly canned fish. How about that? Crowd control time. Get out of the way, dang beasts. Alright, let's go here. Order. Take this guy down. Haha. There you go, crit 99. Hey, you knocked that off. You spit your bad breath at me. take you down a notch. Alright, maybe we'll get some mana back first. Alright, there we go. Alright, you. Boom! Take that. No good ingredients though. Sad face. I was expecting some meat or something. Darn it. Oh well, maybe next time. That's actually pretty OP, this aura, though. Damn. Just obliterated those beasts.
Glad you made it back. Bon appetit.
Lasagna, that looks tasty.
Rations can satisfy one's hunger, but only a proper meal can feed one's soul.
Let's see, where's the kidney stamps? Looking a bit dished up, so we'll go clean our clothes. Just freshen up a bit.
What do you say?
Guess we'll go this way.
Transmission complete.
Unlock this Carlabos. That gives a lot of...
Let's light it up.
Gives us a lot of kilowatts from that mission. Just keep making our way around. Ultimately, with the grid here, your end game is to get to here. Sorry, not there, but here. To Golden. That's ultimately the end game goal. To get to that, though, you'll have to unlock this route here, and then go down past the Kothis one here, and that's how you'll get to Golden. But it takes extremely large amount of kilowatts. But even then, though, even if you get the route unlocked, of course, you still have to, before you can take on the final challenge, story challenge, you have to send power to these other havens here, outpost areas. And then once all 4 of them have power, that's when you can basically complete the story and go from there.
Thanks again.
I'll hold on to all the photos my guy takes. If you see one you like, I can frame it for you.
Nope, none that I like, Phoebe. Sorry. Tell your cameraman to get good. But anyway, speaking of food, you guys, I'm actually gonna go on for a lunch break for probably about an hour. So, thanks for watching the first stream. We're gonna do another session a little bit later after I get done with lunch and stuff, so look forward to that, you guys, and we'll see you then. Again, if you want to join me in this, feel free. Just let me know in the chat here, you know, if you're watching, if you want to join me for some comrade stuff. I can start us a private party with a passcode. So that way you guys can join me and we can do some stuff, some grinding out some missions and stuff for together. Till then, take care.